The Kolar Tomato market in Karnataka is the second largest in the country after Nashik. Located about 70 km from Bengaluru, it is spread over 25 acres of land. This year, the market has experienced a significant hike in prices of tomatoes compared to last year's average price range of 10 rupees to 20 rupees per kg. Prices have been rising since May, and a 15 kilogram box of tomatoes, which cost only 150 rupees last year, is now being sold at a whopping 2000 rupees. Due to the huge surge in prices, consumers have been forced to shell out between 130 to 150 rupees for a kilo of tomatoes. The sharp increase in tomato prices has affected both growers and consumers. Reduced tomato production by farmers to approximately one-fourth of previous seasons has led to the price hike. The scarcity of tomato supply in Nashik and other regions caused by adverse weather conditions has also increased the demand from across the state and even other countries. The Kolar market, which normally handles around 7,000 quintals of tomatoes daily, now only receives about 1,000 quintals per day. Despite sufficient rainfall and adequate water supply in Kolar last year, tomato farmers are struggling to cultivate the crop this season. The condition of the tomato crop in the region is poor, with plants having withered leaves and flower buds. Farmers say despite the application of fertilizers and pesticides, crops cultivated on thousands of acres have yielded a much lower quantity of tomatoes than the usual produce. Raghavendra Gowda, a tomato farmer with 2 acres of land, used to harvest 2,000 boxes of tomatoes per season, but is now getting a yield of around 500 kg. Despite a spike in tomato prices in the market, his earnings have decreased from 5 to 6 lakh rupees to 3 to 4 lakh rupees due to lower production. Gowda says the plants this time are shorter than usual, around 2 feet instead of 5 feet, and have been vulnerable to diseases resulting in poor yield. Gowda expresses disappointment that farmers like him cannot take advantage of the market conditions, as other states rely on them for good prices. S.R. Kumaraswamy, Deputy Director of Kolar's Agriculture Department, attributes the damage to tomato crops in the region to the sudden influx of white flies. These white flies carry the tomato leaf curl Bengaluru virus, causing the leaf curl disease.
Basically, demand and supply. Demand is high and the supply is less. One reason is, as you are aware of, that Kolar and Chikmagalur and also there is a huge rise in leaf curl population, leaf curl of tomato virus. That is because of outbreak of white flies. Around 50 to 60% of the yield is affected. So where we are getting 100 tons, it is 50 tons, you can say. So basically, that also going to the less supply of tomato.
Dr. Shivanand Khongal, Principal Scientist and Head of the ICAR Kolar Division, said that while the presence of whiteflies in tomato fields is a normal phenomenon, they suspect a new biotype of whiteflies which have developed resistance to pesticides to be afflicting tomato crops in the region.
The main reason is the same variety, the hybrid, is being cultivated in the entire district, not only in Kolar, even in Chikmagalur also the same hybrid is being cultivated. And another thing is the farmers are indiscriminately using the insecticides for the sucking pest management. That has resulted into the resistance, build-up of resistance in the insect. Another thing we are suspecting is there might be evolution of the new race, the new biotype in whitefly. That is not coming for the control for the present chemicals that farmers are spraying. So to know that, we need to study it. Okay, so whether it is a new race or the strain, that is to be identified. After identifying that, we can go for the new chemicals which is effective for that pest. And from the beginning itself, we have to manage this disease. First of all, the seedlings must be procured from the nurseries where scientifically the seedlings are produced, which means by using the insect-proof nylon net. That is most important, because usually these viral disease will start from the nursery, and the symptoms exhibits only 45 to 60 days later. That is the first step one has to taken.
Dr. P. Tulsiram, Head of the Entomology Department at the College of Horticulture in Kolar, says the mutant whiteflies have led to the increased transmission of the tomato leaf curl Bengaluru virus.
The experts in this particular field say that This particular species of whitefly, that is Bemisia tabasi, has developed strains or biotypes like Bengaluru strain or New Delhi strain, which is more virulent and is known to be causing or spreading the disease very fast. And added to this, particularly during the months of May and June, the temperatures in Kolar district were little high compared to the previous seasons, and that also could have added to the flaring up of the whitefly population, which in turn has released or resulted in the widespread occurrence of this particular disease, that is tomato leaf curl virus in tomato.
Farmers suspect that the KC Valley water used for irrigation in Kolar may be responsible for the decline in tomato production. The project involves treating sewage water from Bengaluru for irrigation purposes. S.R. Kumaraswamy, the Deputy Director of Horticulture, says there is no valid reason for this suspicion and calls for a comprehensive study to identify the actual cause. However, a study by ICAR-IIHR found no issues other than the spread of the tomato leaf curl virus in the fields.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.